Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Equity Guys pre-market video. My name is Chirag, an NISM certified technical analyst, and let's get into the view for today. So, looking at what happened yesterday, we did see that there was an initial positive move in the market in the first half, and towards the end, we ended up seeing an unexpected sell-off that did come up about there. So, they did kind of form not a perfect doji, but somewhat of a doji in the daily time frame here. So, do we get a doji high break or a low break today? That is what we have to see. So looking at the data for today, um, we see Nifty futures is trading at a premium of 112 points. Bank Nifty futures is trading at a premium of 378 points. So definitely bullish on aspects on both of those areas. India VIX is trading at a positive of 0.95%, which is definitely bullish in nature. Overall level of VIX is at 11.40, so definitely the fear index is coming down. People getting a little bit more confidence getting into the market. That is definitely a positive sign. Then moving over to crude oil. So crude oil futures, especially in September here, we do see it increase by 1.46%. So it's definitely not good from an intraday perspective. Definitely bearish in nature there. We do want to see crude oil fall in nature for it to be good for the intraday market. But overall levels trading below, 6,500, which is below the uh, COVID, levels, right? Pre-COVID levels. That is pretty good there. Moving on to Gift Nifty. Gift Nifty is trading at a negative of 75 points compared to Nifty futures. So we are going to see a gap down in Gift Nifty. And seeing a gap down in Gift Nifty is not good for today, but let's see if it will sustain, or are we going to, see somewhat of a reversal today. So moving over to gold bees and silver bees. Gold bees up just 0.09% here, and silver bees down 0.62%. So not positive at all for gold and silver here. So let's see how that will impact the market today. So the major thing we see is sectors. We see major sectors like IT, BankX, auto. Industrials is slightly on the positive, but IT, BankX, and auto, the three key sectors, all in the negatives here. So that is not at all good coming from that. So moving on to the NSE data here. NSE data we do see is slightly bullish here with almost 1,900 advances and almost 1,000 declines here. So definitely a little bit of bullish sentiment coming from the NSE data. Moving over to money control again, we do see FIIs, selling in the cash market, and DIIs doing, the exact same thing of, matching and going above uh, what the FIIs have sold in the cash market here. So that the DIIs is the only reason why the Indian market is, at the levels it is right now. So again, in the index futures is also seeing selling here. What positions we saw were being bought are also being sold now in the index futures, and in stock futures also we do see selling here. So both from an intraday perspective and a long-term perspective, not at all good with what is happening from the FIIs. Looking at the advanced decline ratios, 27 advances, 23 declines, 4 advances, 8 declines, we definitely do see that there is a fair bit of sort of neutral tendencies coming in from both Nifty and Bank Nifty over here. Okay, guys. So looking at the new first day of the new expiry, we first day of the Thursday expiry here, we do see that the option chain is bearish in nature. On the right side, the puts we do see buying in the money and a little bit of buying in out of the money, and then on the left side in calls, we do see selling in both in and out of the money here. So keeping that in mind, a key level you guys should all have marked on your chart is 24,600. 24,600 is going to act as a key resistance. We are going to want to try to close about 24,600 today. You can also see the market go up to 24,600, possibly face some resistance there, have some fight there, and then it might turn down from there too. So that is one key level that you need to have marked on the chart today. Moving on to the global indices, we do see that the US is extremely negative. We have 0.82% negative, 0.96% negative, and 0.55% negative here in the US market. So, definitely negative all around in the US market here. Looking at the European markets, DAX down almost 2.29%, FTSE down 0.87%, and CAC down 0.7% too. Extremely negative looking at all the three European markets there. Coming over to the Asian markets, Nikkei is only down 0.22% and running, and Kospi is actually a positive of 0.21%. So extremely, positive in Kospi, but then Nikkei is slightly negative here. So, seeing the nature of how Nikkei moved, we do see that there is a gap down, and then you see a little bit of recovery, but mostly a bit of consolidation. Choppy markets coming in from Nikkei. So, we could possibly be experiencing the same thing today because we also have a gap down of about the same size here, and because it is the first day of after the expiry, we might tend to see a little bit of choppiness in the market, or a little bit of consolidation we can see in the market. So Indian ADRs again not looking positive at all. Slight bit of buying in Infosys, but again selling in all major companies here. Wipro is not seeing any buying. HDFC seeing a lot of selling. So that is possibility there. Uh, again, so yeah. Moving on to the futures market, finally we have US 30 down 0.27, US 500 up 0.10, and US Tech 100 up 0.24. Again, slightly positive data itself, but not extremely positive data. So let's get into the view for today. So the view for today again is keeping this S2 here as the major support, but I do feel that today might be I do feel that keeping this S2 here is going to be a little difficult, but that is something that should be there. It might be a consolidation pattern more on the bearish side, so a bearish consolidation pattern is what we can expect today. Um, and the also another reason to support this is because we are coming down from that oversold level. Yesterday we were at the PCR was around 0.14 or 11, and then now it has come down to zero point 0.9. So it has to reach that oversold level. So coming down towards S1, but not is S2, and not breaking S2, but taking support somewhere around this region here is what I would expect for it to happen today. And from there on we can start seeing an upward move once it's in that oversold levels. The key thing is once the market starts moving up, it can't get over to the overbought levels within one day. So right now that's what happening in the Indian market, and that's not what's causing it to move up extremely fast. So coming down, respecting S2, getting to that oversold level possibly by today, and then slowly moving up every day, even though it is that overbought levels, right? So yeah, guys, but keeping that in mind, please trade your view, please trade one time frame, please trade one index. Make sure you guys are trading your setup and not your emotions, and have a great day trading.